I'm going to help you stop that over-the-top move with one very easy drill that you can even use on the golf course to keep it dialed in, to give you that sensation, to sweep through the ball, to get the swing sequence working correctly, and to stop hitting slices, pulls, and crap shots. Let's find out. So over the top can happen for a variety of reasons, but one of the main errors people have in general with their swings that doesn't always affect an over the top, but is just sort of being too passive and lazy with the lower body. That it's just too, upper body dominant. So we're swinging this way, rolling the hands this way, and the legs are really doing, jack. What do we want instead? We want to have more of a sequence. And if you think about throwing the ball, okay, or throwing the club, what would I do here? If you were to give me, let's say, $100 for every yard I could throw this club from the top of my backswing, I would never, ever think about it as just doing that, okay? But for some reason, that happens in the golf swing when people are distracted about hitting this stupid thing, trying to get it sort of there, but actually forgetting that the swing really has to focus more on there rather than here, because we don't want to hit at the ball. We want to, swing through it. And it often used to be a lot easier with heavier golf clubs because the weight of the club used to sort of dictate that pace and that sequence because you sort of had to. But the lighter clubs got, like this, the upper body would tend to just sort of look a bit more like that. So we have to do something to combat it, to get the ground, to use the lower body sequence a little bit, that when we get to the top of the swing, right, I'm actually going to use the ground a little bit here to gather and get that sequence to sling this club through. I don't have to be an athlete to do this. This is a very sort of natural movement, but we can do it wonderfully well. And the way you can test to see if you're doing this is very simply to do a drill. You put your feet together. So let's say there's my normal address position. I'm going to put my feet together. I'm going to make a backswing, but as I get to about waist high, I'm going to plant my foot back down to where it would have been at address, or at least approximately. Why? Because you'll see that it's about momentum and the transition to use the ground here and to delay that feeling of swinging through and gathering the club to release, okay? That's what we're after. How would you rate your swing sequence? Let me know below. Do you think that you kind of use the ground enough, or do you have that kind of panic that from the top of the swing you try and hit at it and swing down and use your upper body? I'd be really interested to know if this sounds familiar. Let me know. Now this applies to irons and driver. It just happens I've got an iron in my hand. But the same sort of principles apply of what we're trying to accomplish here. Now I want you to practice this drill, okay? As your hands come about waist high, we're going to step forward and then we're swinging down and through, okay? You'll notice what that does is, because my lower body is here, it's going to allow that arms to sort of drop. I've got my back to the target a little bit more. It's actually quite strange to feel, almost to try and do upper body dominant, over the top swing by doing this, okay? Like it just doesn't quite feel right. But by stepping, I'm sort of hitting that slot a little bit, and then I can release through. I can get the ground, I can have that lead shoulder going down this way. And it is a wonderful, positive acceleration move that helps the swing sequence. And you can practice it. Practice doing the drill, just little shots at first, to get that step through, down, and through. And once you got a little bit more comfortable with it, I would say tee it up and practice with an iron. Maybe you want to practice with a wood. If it's not necessarily harder. It's just I usually prefer people to start with irons. So you take your setup, okay? And you see from here, take the setup, put my foot back, and then I'm going to make my backswing to about here and swing through, okay? I went very slowly and smoothly there, but that's the idea. I just get the ground and accelerate through. And the more confident you get with it, it's actually quite hard to hit at the ball because you'll want to just sling it and accelerate through. Doesn't mean you want to hit it harder or anything, but that's the general gist. So practice that at home now, even without balls, just clipping a tee, whatever you need to do. But use the ground more, get that weight shift, delay, and swing and release through with confidence. And you're going to be a lot happier. Hope you like that. If you have any questions, let me know below. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel. And especially join our email list to follow your own golf journey. You can customize it to what you need to work on right now for our best lessons for every department of your game. And you can check it out below. Thanks for watching.